When we first started dating, we were talking and I was like, okay, I'm gonna let you know I watch porn. It's not something I'll involve you with. It's not something that I'm gonna keep around you, but just in case you see it or you know it's there. She was like, well, the thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make you go to church. If we're gonna be together, that's what you need to do. And my initial thought was, okay, well, I don't really want to go to church. I was at probably my furthest point away from God, and I said, I'll pull her out of the church. We'll go a couple times, but she'll see that I'm not interested, and she'll want to be with me, and she'll leave. Didn't happen that way. So I told Lindsay about it. I was, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop doing this. And God has this plan for you, but sometimes Satan's there, and when you're on your path up and you're trying to build, he'll put something there. Hey, you know that thing you tried to get rid of? This thing's gonna push you back into that. You're angry enough at this that you're like, you know what? I just need this to comfort me right now. So I slipped back into it, and one day we were sitting in church. They have all the worshipers up there. He's like, you're gonna go up there, you're gonna talk to one of them, you're gonna tell them that this is a problem. You're gonna pray about it and you're gonna stop. Today is the last day. You're done. So I went up, Pastor Joel prayed for me, and there was one device that I used that had all this stuff on it. I told Lindsay, I said, you're gonna watch me, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna get this device, and it's gone. It's going. I smashed that thing to pieces.
And he threw it, and he made me watch him drop it into the trash can, and he was like, okay, and he was like, I'm done, and I carried it out to the trash can, and I threw it away in the trash can.
So after everything that happened, we were trying to make the transition to, we're fully committed to this, we need to do that, and Lindsay kept bringing up, so when are we gonna start tithing? It's something we're supposed to do, and I'm the man of the house. I know where 100% of the money's going right now, and I know that I can make things happen with this. If I give 10% of it away, I don't know yet. I was like, I want to put that trust there, but I want to make sure that I know. We had a talk with Pastor Sarah, and she was like, you know what, sometimes even if you don't want to do what your parents tell you, you do it out of respect because it's something they asked you to do. And sometimes you don't want to, but you obey. Just because you have that respect and that trust for your parents that they're not going to do anything to hurt you, but because they asked you to do it, you're going to do it. And the next Sunday, we were sitting there, and when we were doing our final prayer, I heard someone say, I just need you to listen to me, I'll tell you what to do. And I was like, this is weird, but I'm listening. What do you need me to do? And he said, you are gonna tithe. You don't have to like it, but it's something I'm asking you to do, and if you do it, you'll be rewarded. Just do it. And I told Lindsay, I was like, we're gonna tithe. We have to. I was told to. I'm going to do it. We made the decision, we set it aside, and we were like, this is what we're given. Next Sunday, we set it aside, and before the next Sunday came around and we were able to do it, I'm getting ready to re-enlist. So my career counselor came to me and said, hey, we need to have a talk, we need to sign a little bit of paperwork. I was like, why? He goes, well, I just found out that they released a re-enlistment bonus for your rate, and you're getting an extra 15 grand to stay in the Navy. There's a guy that got to the ship a few months before me, and a guy that got there a few months after me, and neither one of them are getting it. They didn't even need to give it to me because I had already filled out the paperwork. They brought it back, re-signed it to send it up so I could get it. And it was just, okay, I trust them.
Like, all we did was put the money aside. We haven't even given it yet.
Well, I had never done all of that whole raising your hand, moving around in church. That was completely new to me as well. And I remember thinking, I was like, David Morin, when he's on stage and when he's moving around, I was like, you know, I want to be able to praise like that man. I remember one time when Pastor Joel was speaking, we were doing all hands raised and eyes closed, and I remember hearing a distinctive voice in my head saying, I dare you to raise your hand. And I was like, oh, that's weird. I'm going to ignore that. That was probably nothing. That was weird. And about the time that I passed it off, Joel looked over at me and said, I dare you to raise your hand. And I was like, all right, I got it. I'm going to do it. And I listened and started crying. It was a ridiculous, overwhelming energy that I just couldn't explain. It was one of the best feelings I've ever had.
I know, like, that same day, it was like the same time, because like it's awkward for us too to like raise our hands like while we're next to, like, when he's there I'll do it more often, I feel like, than when he's there, because I'm like, I don't want to like embarrass you, I don't want to like make you feel uncomfortable, like, because I knew that we didn't grow up like that. And then like that day, like, we raised our hands together, and that was like our breaking point, like, together.
Overwhelming.
Yeah. It was just nice to know that, like, you know, we could do that together. And like that we didn't have to just do it by ourselves.
It might not be an immediate thing. The second you say, all right, I'm putting my trust in him, you might not get an immediate change, but it's there. You'll get it, and you'll know the things that he does in your life.
Like, when you get like that trust, it's an overwhelming feeling. It's an amazing feeling, like a feeling that you can't get from anywhere else. Like, I didn't realize that feeling was even there until I started coming to CHR. And then that moment when I lifted my hands, it was like I was bawling, and I was like, I just had this, I don't know, overwhelming feeling that like I've never felt before until that day.